Mrs. Patterson, and I'm head of the counseling department here at Pacifica High School. I'm very happy that you are here with us today to celebrate our Higher Education Week. We have a wonderful program planned for you today. You will be in here for a presentation third period. And at fourth period, you will be separated into smaller groups, and you will be routed to the student store. There's going to be representatives there. There are representatives at the Career Center. There are representatives outside in the foyer of this building. And there will be representatives on the stage. So we're going to have to be patient today. We want to be certain that you get the information that you want from the reps. But keep in mind that we only have 1 hour, and you need to get that information and proceed so that other students can come up to the stage or to the other various locations so that they can also have a chance to visit with these school reps. At this point, I'd like to introduce the MC for today, Mr. Brett Ortiz from UCSB.
Good morning. Okay, let's see. So far we've been at Wainimi, Rio Mesa, we were just at Oxnard. Okay, so the challenge is, and we have about 20 reps who've already heard the spirit of different schools. So is the class of 2011 in the Performing Arts Center? Can I hear from you, please? Okay, I'll tell you, by far, that was the most spirit we've heard from any class yet. So hands off, Pacifica. All right, so today, we're going to share a lot of information. As was mentioned, my name is Brett Ortiz. I'm the Director of Early Academic Outreach Program at UC Santa Barbara, and we are all about helping students get into college, and we have a lot of really good friends and close colleagues here who are also all about helping you get to college. And that's what today is about. Furthering your education, pursuing a higher education than just high school. Not to say that just high school isn't bad, it's to say, you know what, if you want to go further, if you want to achieve some of your dreams, if you want to make some of the realities that you've always hoped for come true, then you need to go beyond here. You've got to educate yourself beyond just a senior level high school education. Without a doubt, everything in the media, everything that you look at in terms of the economy says more education is better and will allow you to pursue any of those opportunities and dreams that you've always had. So that's what today is all about. We're going to be talking to you about first the 4 systems. There are 4 different systems in the state of California. You, as a person who lives in California, has over 200 universities and colleges to choose from. You're going to hear about those 4 systems and how they work today. We're also going to talk to you about free money. Any of you like free money? Okay, so do I. I love free money. I'll take as much as I can get. But in terms of the free money, what we mean is we're going to talk to you about financial aid. Oftentimes, students are challenged, families are challenged by the circumstance of saying, well, how much does it cost? Oh, it costs that much. Oh, I don't know. But see, what you may not know about are all the ins and outs of financial aid and how it works. And that there are 4 types, which 3 are free. Meaning you never have to pay them back. Meaning all you have to do is take the time, the 40 minutes, the 30 minutes, the hour to finish the application for financial aid, and you can put yourself in a position to qualify for $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 for your time on the web to complete a form to make you eligible for free money to pay for your education. So if you spend an hour and you got $10,000, you just got paid $10,000 an hour to further your future and your education so that you can help not only yourself, not only your family, but the community that you will live in someday. And what the research says is that a lot of you will come back to your home community to be a part of it as a professional once you go on and educate yourself. And that's what we want, and that's what we need in Oxnard. We need you, our future talent, to go get educated, to explore your talents, to pursue your passions, and then come back, if you want, if you can, to Oxnard or this general area and give back. Not only give back to yourself and your family, but give back to those young people that you once were. To inspire a cousin, a brother, a sister, to inspire little kids in the elementary, middle school, or high school to go on and pursue their dreams. And that's what this is all about, is us giving back to you and helping you have a better opportunity for your future. So with that, let's kind of get started. You got 4 systems. If you notice, 3 of those have California in their name. California Community College, California State University, University of California. What that means is that all of us in this room, when we go to the store, when our parents pay taxes, when we get a job and we have to pay California tax or federal tax, the California tax part goes to paying for these institutions, just like they go to pay for this institution. And so if you're not fully investing and taking all the opportunity you can in terms of educating yourself through these institutions that we pay for, that we own, then why are you giving your money away? Why are you paying for someone else to go get the benefits of a higher education when it could be you? And there are all these different avenues, over 200, as I said, colleges and universities in the state of California. You also have the independent universities, private colleges. You also have vocational programs, tech schools that are very focused in some cases. The private university and colleges, they're very broad-based. The vocational tech programs are very specific. You're going to hear about those today and how you can benefit, what kind of financial aid they give, and what kind of special programs they have. And that'll be the college fair piece, where you get to go around and ask questions. Now, you'll notice not all the universities are here. However, because these are in systems, 113 community colleges in the state of California, 23 CSUs, 10 UCs. We can talk about the system. We can answer your questions in general about the overall system. Do we know a little bit about Merced? Do we know a little bit about Riverside? Do we know a little bit about UCSB or Cal State Northridge or San Diego State or Fresno State? Yeah, because we're part of a system. We may not be able to answer every question, but we can surely tell you how to get that information. Bless you. So, next. These are some of the slides. These are some of the slides. These are some of the majors or the degrees that you can get at any one of these institutions. You notice your Associate of Arts, Associate of Science comes from community colleges and some private institutions or for-profit institutions. And then you have your bachelor's degree. So your AA degree is a 2-year degree. Your BA is the 4-year degree, and that's how you commonly hear it referred to. You can see the different systems where you can get those degrees, Bachelor's of Arts, Bachelor of Science. If you go on to graduate school, which is where you get your master's or your PhD or anything beyond that, that's where you start talking about even more opportunity for yourself to earn bigger dollars. You can again see where we have doctorate programs. You can see where we have professional school. Professional schools are like your dentist, your medicine, your veterinary, your law. Those are all considered professional schools, and they have their own type of degree. Then there's postdoctorate, where you go beyond the PhD. The PhD is the person who's doing the research and writing the books that you're going to be learning from. They're the ones who are doing the research. They're the ones who you hear about on the cutting edge of some kind of information or some kind of field, because that's what they do, that's what they specialize in. If you're one of those folks, go for it. You can earn some really big bucks, and each time you go from one degree to the next, you're talking about anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 more in your paycheck, on average. And then keep in mind, those who go to school and get a degree will tend to earn, on average, about $1 million more in their lifetime than the person who doesn't. I'm not saying that's cut and dry, it's either this way or that way. I'm saying on average, if you go to college, or if you further your education beyond high school, and you get another degree or more than one degree, your chances of making $1 million more than the person who didn't go to college is very, very good. So in that sense, what kind of lifestyle, what kind of opportunities do you have in the future? Next slide. Keep in mind, accreditation is very important. You want to know if your college or university is accredited, and in some cases this makes a big difference about whether that major, your degree, is accepted and respected at other places, whether you go into the military, whether you go into some jobs, whether you go into getting a certificate or a license. It's really critical that your school be accredited. Your school here is accredited. That's why your courses are approved. Your A through G courses are accepted by universities. So keep that in mind. Ask those questions. Next. Okay, so now we're going to have one of our reps come up for California Community Colleges, Maria de la Luz Flores, and she is going to speak on the overall system of community colleges.
morning, everyone. Okay, so we already heard that we have 113 community colleges in the state of California. And in Ventura County, we have 3 that you can choose from: Oxnard, Ventura, and Moore Park. So it's really up to you, and you need to do your homework in terms of, which program is best for you. The community colleges have basically 3, goals that they want to provide for you. Certificate programs, for those of you that are interested in doing a short career that can be completed in a year or 2 years. For instance, at Oxnard College, we have paralegal studies, the culinary program for some of you that want to someday be on the Food Channel, or automotive technology. We also have that program at Ventura College. But there's also career programs, the nursing program, the dental hygiene program. Those are 4-year programs, believe it or not. There's actually 2 years of prerequisites before you can actually go into the program. But they're high-paying careers, and more importantly, they're actually careers that are in huge demand. At Moore Park, you have the radiology technology program. So as you can see, there's various programs at each campus. You just need to start doing your homework and finding which program is best for you. Some of you may be considering doing a 2-year program. Some of you may have a major such as psychology, sociology, child development, anthropology, biology. There's those 2-year programs that can be completed in 2 years or maybe 3 years, depending on how many courses you take each semester. Another thing is you can complete what we call the transfer pathway, and that is completing your 60 units of general ed before transferring to any of the 4-year systems that we're going to review in a few minutes. So whichever one is your goal, you need to start looking at, which campus is the best fit for me, which program do I want to follow. At Oxnard College, I do the new student orientations. And one of the things that I tell students is, even if you don't have a major in mind, you want to get a 2-year degree, you're not sure if you want to transfer, the great thing now that a community college offers is, while you're working on your associate degree, you can also be fulfilling those requirements to transfer for a 4-year. The great thing about that is you can start building your resume. You will, after completing the 2 years and you're ready to transfer, you can actually put that 2-year degree on your resume. There's a lot of, I encourage a lot of the students, whether you're going to a 2-year or a 4-year, get a job on campus. It's a great way to stay connected to the campus. Again, I'll be here. Come to our table. Right next to me is also the automotive program. We also have the paralegal studies program here today. I can answer any questions you have in terms of admissions to any of the, either VC, Moore Park, or Oxnard College. Ask all your questions. The other thing too, I also highly recommend apply early. Okay, the earlier you apply to any of the 3 community colleges, or even if you want to go to Santa Barbara City College, the earlier registration you get. We are now assigning registration appointments. And again, we want to make sure that you get the courses that you need so that you can complete your programs on time. Okay, whether you're going to be there a year, 2 years, or 3 years. We want to make sure that you get a clear roadmap. Okay? Well, I'll be here to answer any questions, and thank you for your time.
One of the things that we like to really play up is this opportunity of community colleges being a jump-off point if you weren't ready to go right away to a 4-year institution. We have these agreements with all the community colleges in this area that say if you follow a certain course plan that you'll be guaranteed admissions if you have the right GPA and did the right courses. So you can erase whatever happened here by going to community college, doing what you're supposed to do, doing what you need to do, and then opening that door again to a 4-year university. So don't ever think that you're out because you didn't take college prep classes, or you only have a 2.0 GPA, or your GPA is in 3.9. You're not out yet, at all. In fact, opportunity is still right there in your face at the front door, waiting, knocking, saying, are you going to answer the door and let me in? So those of you who have prepared, fantastic, awesome. You're going to go straight in, great. Those of you who prepared and decide to change your mind, you still have this option of the community colleges and then transferring. And remember, you're doing your first 2 years in the community college, freshman, sophomore, so then you're only finishing your junior and senior year when you get to the university. So there are plenty, it's not an issue of can you or can't you, it's an issue of will you or won't you. Will you or won't you participate in your education such that you can have what you want or dream of down the road? As I said, it's worth the time. Think about it. All I got to do is read books, write some papers, and take more tests than the average person. That's college education in a nutshell on the academic side. Yeah, you got to put your time in, absolutely, but it will pay off tenfold, whether you have to take loans or financial aid, or you can do it with your own family altogether, helping out. It is worth the investment in yourself. Our next representative will come up and talk about the Cal State systems. And Mr. Darius Riggins, Associate Director of CSU CI, Channel Islands, your local community, your local Cal State.
All right, what's up, everybody? What's up with that? All right. How many of you like hip hop? Like old school hip hop? All right, let's see if you can participate.
What's hip hop?
All the ladies in the house say ow. That's weak. Homeboys, make some noise. Let me hear you say ho. Now somebody scream. Okay. All right, this one wake y'all up a little bit. Man. All right, California State University system. We have 23 campuses throughout the state. As far north as Humboldt. Humboldt is here today. Make sure you check them out. As far south as San Diego State, and all the universities in between. And of course, Cal State Northridge is here, as well as Channel Islands. So make sure you come and check us out and talk to us about the opportunities. But as far as being admitted, we go through the A through G course requirements. You have to have at least a 2.0 GPA, which means that you have to get a C or better in all of your classes. We also want you to take the SAT or the ACT. Depending upon your GPA in the A through G course requirements, we'll match that up with your SAT score in order to establish whether or not you have met the requirements to be eligible to be admitted. Our applications are actually being accepted right now. Show of hands, how many of you have already started your application for Cal State? All right, good. I see some of you, but most of you have not. So please, when you get home today, make sure you start the application at csumentor.edu. The deadline is when? November 30th. It happens to be my birthday, so think of me. All right. You also get a fee waiver. If in fact you qualify for the fee waiver, you can apply to 4 Cal States for free. The 5th Cal State, once you apply, you will have to start paying the $55 application fee. And then one of the things that's important to do is to make sure that when you're calling the universities that you want to go to for the Cal State system, make sure you ask if in fact they are impacted. If they are impacted, it is possible that the university may require a higher GPA in order to be admitted. So make sure that's one of the questions that you ask of the reps that's here today, as well as any of the schools that you may call. Then if we can have the next screen. And here is an example of many of the Cal States that you have to choose from. Monterey Bay, Chico is also here. Make sure you go by his table. Sonoma State, Fresno, Dominguez Hills, Fullerton. All of these are California State University schools, and we are all here to, well, we're not all here, but all of them would be great universities for you to attend. Make sure that you come and check us out, ask all the questions. The last thing I want to leave you with, which is very important, is that many of us are managing our enrollment via deadline. And so what that means is we're going to have a series of deadlines that you have to maintain. A deadline for the application, a deadline for the transcripts, a deadline to register for orientation. All these things that's in the process of getting you enrolled. If you miss a deadline, that could put you out of being admitted into the university. All right? I'm very, very serious about this. The other thing that's important for you to do, please finish strong. Do not get senioritis and then not finish strong in your classes. All right? I dealt with a student for this past fall 2010. They did everything on time. They were a great student as far as the transcript that we got initially, but on the final transcript that we received, they got a D in their second semester of English. We revoked their admission, even though they had registered, even though they had paid for tuition already. All right? So it is very, very serious for you to finish strong. Don't miss a deadline, and we'll see you at Cal State next year. Thank you.
So I got to tell you a little side note here. So I met this young man when he was 18 years old as an engineering major at Cal State Northridge. And I'm very proud to know him and very proud to see what he's done in his career. That's one of my guys right there. I've known him for a long time now. Give him a round of applause. Okay, so I have another colleague, friend, who's going to come up and talk to you about the UC, the University of California, and tell you about the general requirements, all the different campuses, just like you heard right now. So Frank Ramirez can come up and give a little talk on the UC system. Give him a round of applause.
I don't think I got a Grandmaster Flash intro, but you know, we'll work with it. My name is Frank Ramirez. I come from UC Merced, the newest UC campus, and here's a list of all of our great schools up there. When you're thinking about the University of California, you want to think of three big words. Excellence, which is on all of our programs are going to be top-notch, from psychology to biological science to engineering. They're all going to give you a great education. They're all taught by the leaders, which are the professors that are doing research and developing new ideas in each field of study. Then you also want to think of competitive. You know, not only are we all competitive to get into, but also when you graduate from our campuses, you will be a competitive person in the workforce or to go out to graduate school or professional school. And then last but not least, you want to think about fun. All of our campuses have fun in it. We all have some great student life. We have fraternities, we have clubs. We have opportunities where we can send you to study abroad in one of 35 different countries. We can send you to our UC DC program in Washington, DC, where, you know, who knows, if you want to be a lawyer, we could have you working at the US Supreme Court for a year, a summer, or a semester. So a lot of great things going on in the UC system. What you want to think about for admissions as an incoming freshman is that you do want to maintain at least a 3.0 GPA. You want to make sure that you do some testing requirements, which is going to be the SAT reasoning test or the ACT with writing, one of the two. Plus, you got to do also, very important, the SAT subject test in 2 subjects. You have to do the testing. We will accept them through the December test date. So if you haven't done the testing or if you want to retake them, make sure you start registering for the December test date because the deadline is coming up November 5th for the December date. Our application's already available. Has anybody started the application yet? Anybody? Okay, yeah. I can't really see out there, so I'm guessing that everybody started it, right? So, but you know, hopefully everybody started it, and the application's already available right now. It is due November 30th. We don't take any late applications, so you want to make sure you keep that deadline in your calendar. I honestly tell students, keep the Thanksgiving as maybe your deadline. You know, no turkey, no application, right? So keep that in mind. As far as our campuses, hey, is there another slide? Oh, there you go. Those are all our campuses. Today we have Merced here, which is my campus. We're the smallest UC, so if you want to go to the campus where there's 4,000 students, your class sizes will be 20, and your professors and everybody will know who you are. Then Merced's going to be a great choice. We also have our sister campus, Santa Barbara, a very beautiful campus, and you know what? Santa Barbara speaks for itself. Very beautiful, and also they have some top-notch academics. They have Nobel Prize-winning professors there, so make sure you go talk to Brett. He'll tell you a lot of good things about Santa Barbara. All right, take care.
So you just heard about California's public higher education systems, California Community Colleges, California State University, University of California. We also have the fourth system, which is the independent and private colleges and universities. And we're going to hear from Marcela Estrada from Cal Lutheran University, and she's going to give you an overview of that particular system and the 76 campuses that are there. So remember, over 200 colleges and universities to choose from. Marcela, come on up.
All right, everyone, how's everyone doing? Good. I know you're being overwhelmed with information. I am an admissions counselor from California Lutheran University. My name is Marcela Estrada. As you can see, we have 76 private universities in California, so a lot to choose from. Locally, we have Westmont, Pepperdine, and California Lutheran. So those are great opportunities for you. Who thinks money when you think of private universities? Yes, but let me leave you with this. There is a lot of money available to you, a lot of more scholarship opportunities, a lot, depending on your GPAs and test scores. So it's definitely something to think about. There is a lot more opportunities for you because it is more expensive. There is a higher gap in need in your family, so something to think about. We offer many programs. Private universities are very much independent. They run their own show. So they all have different requirements, different deadlines. So if you are thinking about a private university, definitely check them out individually, talk to a rep, go to campus, visit campus, make sure you complete the deadlines because deadlines become very important, as you know. So I can't speak for all the universities, but like I said, you have to contact them directly. So they all have different requirements and whatnot. At CLU, we require you to take the SAT or the ACT, either or. We require your official transcript, 1 letter of rec, your personal statement, official test scores sent to us, and the complete application, and you're pretty much set, as well as your A3G requirements in high school that you've taken. So it becomes very affordable, especially since you are local. You don't have to be living on campus. And who's heard of the CLU Guarantee Scholarship, I'm wondering? No one? A couple. Let me just tell you this. If you apply and if you get accepted into UCLA, Berkeley, Davis, or Santa Barbara, as well as CLU, we match the cost of attendance. So that little scholarship right there is about $16,000 that is immediately off your back as soon as you apply and get accepted. So that's one little nice thing that CLU offers. As for the college fair, we have a couple private institutions outside the system. We have DeVry, we have the Art Institute, we have Columbia, which is a great school as well. So check them out, talk to the reps, and like I said, always visit the campuses you are trying to get into, just because you never know, it might be for the best or it might be for the worst. You just have to get a feel for it, what's best for you, and good luck with the whole process. If you have any questions, I'm up here on the stage, and I look forward to meeting you. Thanks.
Also remember that we have some vocational and trade tech schools here today, which also accept federal and state financial aid, which also have scholarships, and in particular, a couple of them have some pretty good scholarships to help you pay. Very focused. You can finish your programs a lot quicker in the sense of it's very focused. You don't have necessarily all the things that we want to show you in terms of a college or university for the public system. If we can go to the next slide. Okay, so money, right? Money. People like money, right? So imagine what we've been telling you is this idea of free money. So there's 4 types of financial aid, 3 of them are free. So 4 types of financial aid, 4 systems of higher education, 3 are free. Grants, based on your need. I need money, right? Some of you need more money than others. And in fact, if I'll tell you, if you're in a situation where money is very tight, your family is struggling, you're a perfect candidate for financial aid. Perfect. Because that's what financial aid was designed to do, is help those folks who don't have enough resources in their family to go to college, or help those students who don't have any resources, you're on your own, to help pay to go to college. So grants, you have state and federal grants. Then you have scholarships based on special talents, abilities, whether it's athletic, art, music, you name it. Your parent works for a big company, they have scholarships. You're left-handed and red-headed, there's a scholarship. But all you need to do is put in the time to research what kind of scholarships are available, and it is not unheard of that students will win $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 worth of scholarships, again, to help pay for their education. You have work study, which is also free, but it's a federal financial aid program. And so what they do is they give you a sum of money, about $2,000 or up to $2,000, and then you work and you get a job where that money pays for your pay, your wages. So for an office like mine who hires students, we only have to pay 40% of your check, and the federal government pays the other 60%. So you cost way less to work in an office on a campus, and that's the other cool thing about work study, is most of those jobs are on campus and very flexible to fit the student's schedule. So you gotta look for it. If you get work study, take it. It's free money, you don't have to pay it back. It's optional, but you don't have to pay it back. In terms of you taking it, it's optional, but again, it's free money. And then you have loans, and there's loans from the federal government, and there's loans from banks. The best, from the federal government. They will help you afford to go to college, and they will help you not have to pay that right away in some cases, so that you don't have to worry about paying off that loan till after college. And if you stay in school, then you can still delay paying that off until you have your full-time job and you're ready to go and make those payments. And those payments are often very small or very reasonable, let's put it that way, that you can afford once you become a professional. So we have 4 types of financial aid. How many are free? How many are free? And when do you apply? Almost soon. Now, you're getting close. You apply January 1st through March 2nd. January 1st through March 2nd. When do you apply? Very good. All right, class. And if you look way at the top, the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. If any one of you want a scholarship or a grant or a loan or a work study opportunity, you need to fill out the FAFSA. You can go online. It'll take you anywhere from FAFSA depends on how you say it. Okay? So it takes you anywhere from 15 minutes to maybe an hour at the most. Back in the day, it used to be 5 or 6 pages. It took forever. Also, keep in mind with applying for financial aid, if your parents have not done their income tax, you can use the income tax from last year as your estimate, because you will have a chance to make any corrections after you've applied. So after you apply, they're going to send you back and say, is this true? Don't wait necessarily for your parents to do their taxes, especially if they do them kind of late, and feel like, oh, I can't apply until those taxes are done. You can go ahead and put estimates in. You can use last year's taxes and then file so that you're in line, because it's a first serve, first come. So, or the other way around, huh? First come, first serve. Either way, get in front of the line, right? Don't wait till the end. You can still apply. You can still apply after March 2nd. However, you're going to get what's left over. So you want to apply during the right time, January 1st through March 2nd. And I think, is there this for the next slide? Okay, these are some estimated costs. You heard about those price tickets. Look at the bottom. Right off the top, some of you say, no way I can afford that, no way my family. That's why we're telling you about financial aid. That's why we're saying it only takes you an hour and you could generate $3, $4, $5, $10,000 worth. And keep in mind that price ticket at the end for private colleges, let me tell you, private colleges can also give you the most money because they have their own foundations to give scholarship money. And if you do well academically, they can give you even more money. And that's what they encourage you to do. So don't think that that's going to be all out of your pocket. If you apply for financial aid to the campus, to the state, to the federal government, then you can get some of that taken off the top. You just heard about a Cal Lutheran deal. There's several other opportunities with some of the other programs that have great scholarships. What else do we have? I think we'll leave it at that. We're going to have our colleagues and college reps, if they can go out and go to their tables at this point. And then we're going to have Ms. Patterson come back up. She's going to give you a couple of closing comments, and then we're going to start dispersing you, and she'll tell you how to do that. So sit tight. Don't go anywhere yet. Okay, you guys have been a great audience. You've been very respectful and polite. We definitely appreciate that. And you do, without a doubt, have the most spirit of any 2011 class so far. So right on, Pacifica.
Hi, what's your name?
I'm Brianna Naranjo.
And why do you want to go to college?
I want to go to college because I would be the first to go in my family, and I know that by going to college, I'll better my future.
Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name's Carolyn.
And why do you want to go to college?
I want to go to college to get a better education and become smarter and play basketball.
Thanks. Hi, what's your name?
Brittany.
And how are you preparing yourself to go to college? What are you doing?
I've been applying to a few colleges already, scholarships, and that's about it. So,
Thank you. Hi, so what's your name?
Victor.
And why do you want to go to college?
Well, I want to go to college to further my education, to get better in theater and fine arts. That's what I want to do. I want to go in. I want to have a major in theater. Eventually, I want to eventually become a voice actor, and if not, I want to do marketing.
And what have you done to prepare yourself for college?
Well, I'm looking into all these schools here, all of them really great schools here. Northridge, Lutheran, Cal Lutheran, all very good schools.
Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
Jennifer Moreno.
Hi, and what colleges do you want to go to?
I'm looking into going to the University of the Pacific because it has a dental program. So, yeah.
And what steps have you taken to go to college, to want to go to college?
I have taken the highest classes offered here at school, and I've been taking all the SATs on time and just doing my best, and also looking into college.
And why do you want to go to college?
Because I want to have an education and knowledge. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Adriana.
And why do you want to go to college?
I want to go to college because I want to get a good education and really have a good job and make money.
What colleges do you want to go to?
I want to go to Santa Clara University, which is a private school in Santa Clara, California.
And what do you think of the career college fair?
It was okay. I would have liked for more colleges to have been here, but for the most of it was okay.
Thank you.
They're located in LA, we're in Sacramento.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Stacy Lyons, and I work at Humboldt State University.
Yay, and could you give a little brief summary about what Humboldt's all about?
Okay, Humboldt, we are a California State University campus, so we're one of 23 in California. We are the northernmost. We have 8,000 students up in Northern California, very close to the Oregon border in the heart of the California redwoods. Absolutely beautiful location, surrounded by redwoods and rivers and the ocean. We are a residential campus, so most students move to Humboldt, live there, do their 4-year bachelor's experience, get very connected in small class sizes. We have 47 majors, so there's lots to study on campus, and also a good social life. So we want you to have fun in the classroom, but also outside the classroom.
And what other steps do students have to take in order to fulfill the requirements at your school?
Okay, to get accepted to Humboldt State, you need to graduate from high school, you need to meet the A to G requirements, college prep requirements, and you have to meet an eligibility index, which is the combination of the GPA and your test score. The higher the GPA, the lower the test scores, to meet the certain eligibility index. So we're a little bit impacted for freshmen, so if you meet the standard Cal State admission requirements, you might not be admissible. So we want a little bit higher achieving student on our campus, but it's pretty basic. We don't have essays or personal statements. You just have to apply if you're a senior between now and November 30th at csumentor.edu.
Go. What's your name?
Noel.
And what's your name?
Sharon.
And why do you want to go to college?
To get a higher education.
And why do you want to go to college?
I want to go to college to just better my life and, pursue a better education.
And what colleges are you guys planning to apply to?
Fresno State, San Jose State, San Diego State.
Probably UCSB and any of the San Francisco universities.